Hi friends! Today we're going to learn how to summarize a fiction text by including important story elements. Now, summaries are the main points of the text. They're the main points of the text. They tell us what happened. And good readers use summary to tell us what happened in the text briefly. Because it's really boring when you have to hear everything again. It would take way too long. Now let's practice by summarizing chapter 1 of Hatchet. Now, misconception alert. When we write summaries, we do not give reader opinions. Summaries do not have reader opinion. Only what the text is about. Do we give our opinion, class? No, that's right. I hope you did a disagree sign. Now, I'm gonna make this misconception on purpose. Your job is to watch out for my misconception, and I'm gonna ask you at the end if I did it. Watch me do these reader moves, and don't forget to watch out for my misconception. Now, there are 3 steps we have to do. Show me with your fingers, how many? That's right, 3. Now, step 1, name text and the text type. Well, I know that the title is Hatchet by Gary Paulson. I always have to include my author in my summary. And based on what I read yesterday, I know this is an adventure novel. I got the first part. Now I can write it down. In chapter 1 of the adventure novel, Hatchet by Gary Paulson. Now I can go to step 2. Name the key story elements, characters and setting. Well, let's look for the characters. Let's read. Brian Robertson steered out the window of a small plane at the endless green northern wilderness below. Brian Robertson, that's one. I got it. Let's keep reading, see if I find someone else. It was a small plane, a Cessna 406, a bush plane, and the engine was so loud, so roaring and consuming and loud that it ruined any chance for conversation. Not that he had much to say. He was 13, and the only passenger on the plane was a pilot named, what was it? Jim or Jake or something? Ooh, a pilot. That's my other character. I got it. Okay, now I can look for the setting. Well, I just read that he was on a plane over the great Canadian wilderness, and I know that's it, because the setting is the where and the when of the story. Got it. Now I'm gonna look for problems and solutions. Problems and solutions. I have to think. Were there any problems in this chapter? Ooh, I remember. At the end of the chapter, the pilot dies. Oh my gosh, that must have been really scary. All right, step 2, done. Now I can go to step 3. I'm going to put all my thinking together and summarize the important events and details. Now, a good reader puts them in an order that makes sense. And some of you might remember, someone, wanted, but, so, then. Someone or who, our character, wanted. What was their motivation? What did they want? But, what was the problem? So, how did they try to solve the problem? And then the ending. Now that I know which order to organize my thoughts, I can write it down. In chapter 1 of the adventure novel Hatchet by Gary Paulson, Brian, my who, is on a plane. What? Flying over the Canadian wilderness when the pilot dies. Uh-oh, problem. Brian must be really cool and brave because he was on a tiny plane without any parents. Now, Brian is alone and really scared. Ooh, another problem. I don't know how he will solve this problem yet. All right, that's my summary. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to reread and think, is there something that doesn't belong here? Now it's your turn. Check if there's something that doesn't belong. All right, friends, I hope you figured it out. Brian must be really cool and brave because he was on a tiny plane without any parents. Did we read this? No, we didn't. I gotta take it out because I can't put my reader opinion, only what was in the text. All right, this is my final summary. In chapter 1 of the adventure novel, Hatchet by Gary Paulsen, Brian is on a plane flying over the Canadian wilderness when the pilot dies. Now, Brian is alone and really scared. All right, now it's gonna be your turn to do this. Good luck!